Welcome back. It's now time for your lunchtime sports. Makeda Linton produced a personal best at 13.06 meters to finish fifth in her qualifying group of the girls' triple jump in the morning session. This on the fifth and penultimate day of the World Under-20 Athletics Championships in Cali, Colombia. Linton ended fifth in the group in Group A, and at sports time was awaiting confirmation of qualification for the final as Group B qualification was not yet completed. Now, the team of Anika Brissett, Abigail Campbell, Ricky Ann Russell, and Anika Makanoff booked their spot in the final of the girls' 4x400 meter relay after winning their heat in 3 minutes at 34.92 seconds for the fifth fastest time overall. The boys' team of Malachi Johnson, Delano Kennedy, Derek Grant, and Shamar Palmer also won their heat to book their spot in the final. Meanwhile, later this afternoon, Brianna Liston with the fastest qualifying time of 22.83 seconds and compatriot and Highdale teammate Alana Reed with a personal best 23.16 will line up in the final of the girls' 200 meters at 4:30 p.m. Rashawn Clark will line up in the boys' 400-meter hurdles final at 4:45 p.m. Now, he had clocked a personal best 49.35 for the fastest time overall heading into this afternoon's final. And Jaden Hibbert with 16.37 meters and Royan Walters 15.29 meters will contest the final of the boys' triple jump. Brandon Pottinger will also contest the final of the boys' high jump, and that starts at 3:21. The girls and boys sprint relay teams will also line up in their respective finals at 30 and at 6 p.m. respectively. Elsewhere in the afternoon session, Karika Hill 13.30 and Alexis James, a personal best 13.04, will run in the semifinals of the girls' 100-meter hurdles, and this gets underway at 3:05 p.m. And Javon Blake will contest the semifinal 3 of the boys' 800 meters, and that comes up at 4:06 p.m. Jamaica's medal tally at the championship stands at 5, 1 gold, 3 silver, and a bronze thus far. Let's head to Birmingham, England now, where Olympic bronze medalist Megan Tapper and 2015 world champion Danielle Williams advanced to the semifinals of the women's 100-meter hurdles on Friday morning at the Games. Now, Tapper won her heat in 12.68 seconds, while Williams was second in her heat in 12.80. Newly crowned world champion and world record holder Toby Amusan of Nigeria was the fastest qualifier with a 12.40. Amusan is also the defending champion. Now, Keela Smith also booked her spot in the final of the women's long jump after leaping 6.35 meters for fifth in her qualifying group and 11th overall. And Jamaica's men advanced to the final of the 4x400 meter relay after clocking 3 minutes 05.20 seconds for second in their semifinal behind the defending champions Botswana, who clocked 3 minutes 05.11. Meanwhile, later this afternoon, World Championship silver medalist Shanika Ricketts, along with Keelia Smith and Kimberly Williams, will contest the women's triple jump final at 2:35, while O'Dane Richards will contest the men's shot put final at 1:06. Olympic champion Elaine Thompson-Herah and Natalia White will line up in the women's 200-meter semifinals, while Kadrian Golson will line up in the men's semifinals also later this afternoon. And Javon Powell and Nathan Allen will also run in the semifinals of the men's 400 meters. And elsewhere at the Commonwealth Games, wrestler Aaron Johnson will take on Indian Mohit Kural for a bronze medal in the men's freestyle 125 kilogram category later this afternoon. Johnson, after losing to Avamir Desi of Canada, recovered to beat Litan Bewaz of Bangladesh. The badminton women's doubles pair of Catherine Winter and Talia Richardson were eliminated at the round of 16 by their Ghanaian counterparts, 2 sets to love. Richardson also lost to Wendy Chen Soo-yun, 2-love in the women's singles round of 16. Winter suffered defeat in the mixed doubles with Joelle Angus by a similar margin to the English pair of Jessica Pugh and Callum Hemming. And Angus, along with Samuel Ricketts, were knocked out at the round of 16 of the men's doubles competition, 2-love by their Australian counterparts. And top-ranked national squash player Chris Binney, along with Julian Morrison, were beaten by Australia's Zach Alexander and Ryan Kuskelly 2-0 in their round of 16 doubles clash. Some football news now. Jamaica's national under-15 team suffered their third defeat in as many matches when they were beaten 4-2 by Puerto Rico. This at the CONCACAF Under-15 Championships in the United States. Maya Raghunandan scored both goals for the young reggae girls from the penalty spot, as the Jamaicans got their only goals of the tournament thus far. Susanna Roberts was the top scorer for the Puerto Ricans with 2 goals for their only win of the tournament. Jamaica will play Costa Rica later today to determine their final placing in the developmental tournament. And the new season of the English Premier League kicks off later this afternoon with two former champions Arsenal travelling to Selhurst Park to take on Crystal Palace. The Gunners finished 5th last season, just 2 points outside the top 4, while Crystal Palace, with the former Arsenal captain Patrick Vieira, finished 12th overall. However, the Eagles were unbeaten against Arsenal last season, including a 3-0 win at Selhurst Park in their last meeting. And that's the final whistle. That is it for your Midday Sports. And I am Jermaine Brown. Kalisha, back to you.
Thanks, Jermaine. And that's the Midday News. I'm Kalisha Williams. Join us at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports, and production teams, good afternoon.